Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We are a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. As you can tell, I've got a W58 Pro in gold in this box, and there's a thing. I really like it when you can mess with an Apple Watch user and you go, oh, can your Apple Watch do this? Well, inside this box, you're going to get that opportunity to play that little game with this little chicklet that's the same size, dimensions, and look as an Apple Watch, but it's only $30. It's less than $30, and you'll be able to show a couple of things that the Apple Watch can't do. From GearBest, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to take a look in the show notes. Click on the link. Head on over. We're in flash sale right now. Depending on when you're watching this, it may be a higher price. If it is, I'm going to try to get a coupon and get it back down in that neighborhood. But we'll pretty sure have it under $30 for you no matter what. What is the W58 Pro smartwatch? Well, let's take a look. Got some specs here for you. It has two claims to fame. A thermometer built into it for measuring temperature, and something called immune monitoring. Yeah. No, I don't know. We're going to find out together. Wow, did I make that too small for you? Can you read this? It's completely different from medical equipment, and it's for sports and fitness reference. Thank you. Don't use any of the stuff you get with this for anything just use it as guidance and get medical help if you find you need that. It's just for fun. You got to download the app before you use. It says you don't really need to, but you can. And of course, I got a link to the app in the show notes for you, and we'll take a look. The description is here. I'll just show it to you. Not going to go into a lot of detail. For one, it's too small a font for me to read. And for two, I'd rather get to showing you the darn thing. It's the specifications and English, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, all those kind of things, and touch screen. So let's unpack this puppy. Inside, we've got a card. Oh, it falls right out. Okay. A little card that it sits in. And look at how this is packaged. It's in wraparound plastic, cut out specifically for where the bands would go. I looked at this already this far and I went, okay, I got to really unpack this for you guys on camera because it's just too cool. Definitely worthy of gift giving. The packaging is done very nicely. Obviously no bands on it. They must be in here. Aha! And they are, along with a charger and a manual. And that's it. The rest of it is just empty box. But nicely done box. We'll get into the manual in a second. Show you that it's a standard 2-pin connector, magnetic coupled. Well, it's hidden underneath the plastic, so I got to get that ready for you. But hey, it hooks on and holds the watch through the plastic, so good and strong. Notice that how the bands attach is like how the Apple bands attach. So when I'm saying this is an Apple clone of sorts, look alike but function differently, I'm not kidding, because it really is. These things have to slide in here and get past that thing, and I got to make sure I got the right ones in the right place, so we'll do that later. Let's take a look at the manual, and then we will really dive into this thing. You're going to have so much fun with this. I already have been. Oh, is that an Apple Watch on your arm? Oh, let me show you the new version. Well, it's not really an Apple Watch. Anyway, oh, God, where do I begin? What's English? Smartwatch, that looks English. So look at the center section here. Adaptation, platform, and requirements, product detail. Boy, today is the day of small print. Introduction of the function. And more. Here we go. And here we go. Use, color pictures. We'll be doing through all of this stuff. There's the QR code for you to download the Wear Fit 2.0 app. Folks, that's a great app. Yeah, you're going to see it does all kinds of things. And the two new functions that this one does, temperature and immune, are added in automatically on the app. The app has not shown those before until this watch. So the app is adaptable to know what device you're working with and then put the things on the screen that you need to see that fits with that. So WearFit 2.0, again, I got the listing and the link in the show notes along with our buying link for this one. And now I'll put it together for you. Check it out. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? First of all, can you see that little dim screen in there? This is a setting in the app that you can turn on an ambient screen that matches the real screen but dims down. Just like on those fancy Wear OS watches. You see it goes into that. And we got a variety of them, and all of them have a different ambient display, but it matches the main face. So that's really cool, all in all, just to begin with. When you get in here, there's a few swipes and moves that you can do. When you swipe down, you get into your notifications, which I have a few, which are personal, and I'm not going to share all those with you. But if you swipe up, they're readable on the screen, by the way, you get into this area where you have an overall ambient screen display setting. So now see, it went black. It took me a while to remember what that one is. Do it this way. It says it's going to possibly reduce your battery life, but it doesn't really. I had this whole thing with it in ambient mode all night long, and it only dropped like 20%. So, I got to go back to the main screen. Now when it times out, it should go back into the ambient one that it looks like on here. Hello? There it goes. Okay, had to shake it once. Now it's in that ambient mode, which it will turn off from this mode too. Like if you just lay it on the counter or something, after a while it will go off. But it's super sensitive. You move it just a tiny bit and it'll come back on, and it'll stay on for a long time. So as long as you're wearing it, as long as you're moving, you're always going to be able to look at your wrist and see the time when it's in ambient mode. Not outdoors, but inside at night, this nice dim display. Or bring it back to full. Okay, we've got brightness. I'm at level 2. Let me crank this up to maximum for you so you can see it's good and bright. Outdoors, it'll be okay. Not super, super bright, but okay when you're outdoors at the highest brightness. I was happy with about a level 2 for the video. I'll show you the lowest level. Minimum is like that. And there's a flickering going on. That's just the interface with the camera and the watch refresh. It's not like that, of course, on the device itself. Okay, from there, we've also got your silent mode if you want to. And then we've got this, which I got to show you the apps first. Bluetooth connection here, and the power level's at 100%. So we'll come back to that in a second once I get back out of here to show you that if I go left or right, I'm going to get into my app drawer of all of my different apps. They show up irregardless. And again, down will get you your notification screen. So let's show you that if I go here and turn that to style 1, you've got yourself, folks, a full-on Apple Watch. Got to learn the ways to get out of this, though. There we go. There we go. And now you can roam around and launch whatever you'd like settings is over here, which gets us back to where we were when we swiped up, which is where I want to go to switch back to style 2, because it's a lot easier for me to navigate for you guys if I can go through it linearly. Okay, EMU. EMU is the immune reading, temperature is temperature, and we're going to do those. You also have heart rate, blood pressure, and blood oxygen readings, and it'll just scroll on its own when you let go. A review of your step count data. Here are the fitness apps, and they're all part of this. It's not a separate section. So you have running and cycling and climbing. Those are the 3. Not big on fitness, but it's got some. The music player for remote music. There's your messages. Same thing as if you swipe down. Last night's sleep time. Find the phone when you're tethered, and you can shut everything down from here. So basic set of stuff. Now let's put it on. When I had put the bands in, which was pretty easy, you simply slide the lower one all the way in. I think I got this right. Find a hole that fits, stick it in there. It's looping through. I would like it if it had a little thingy that, you could put this in to have it wrap a little nicer around here. But it's possible I may have this all backward. I'm not an Apple person, so I don't know Apple bands. And if I'm embarrassing the heck out of me, like putting my underwear on outside my pants, I'm sorry. I just don't know. Oh, there, see, that twisted and it's come back onto there now. Okay, let's get into, because I needed to put it on, let's get into immunity. Now, when I launch the immunity check, you get this DNA thing flipping around and it says measuring. Now, apparently, it's taking into consideration all kinds of stuff. How bad I am with my English right now, how much I smell from not taking a shower, and what I didn't eat for breakfast that I should have, so I would be a little bit better for talking to you guys. Now, those factors aren't in there, but heart rate and maybe temperature, who knows? But it's doing some computation in the background. It takes a couple of minutes to do that, then it comes back with a number, which I'll show you right now. Okay, 72, then it just dropped to 70, so it's doing real-time reference, 69. If you guys understand, figure out, and can explain what immune reference is there, it just vibrated, please leave a comment in this video, and I'll take that and put it up in the show notes, and we'll explain to everybody what immune reference is. It's something I haven't seen before. The other cool thing, of course, is temperature. You have to long press to measure, and it's flashing here on the side, so I do it. Oh, measurement failed. This is the one you have to actually hold it in. So I'm going to reset it, press and hold it in, and give it a moment. Now, I don't know if it needs to have the connection with your finger on the button to do the measurement, or you're just activating the process, but whatever it is, there you go. And it's in centigrade on here, 36.3 degrees centigrade, which you can convert to Fahrenheit, I'm sure. And that's your temperature. Then the rest of it is basic standard stuff, heart rate, blood pressure, and blood oxygen. Come back here. I want to at least do blood oxygen, show you it's measuring it. It's using the green diode, not the red, so the reliability and the accuracy won't be as high as it would be if it was using the red diode technology. You learn all about that if you're watching our fitness and health band videos. But nonetheless, it should get us somewhere between 95 and 100% in blood oxygen reading. And it's taking a little longer than normally these bands do. They usually flash it up right away. So perhaps it's getting several readings and averaging them in the background. All right, I'll pause this and show you the final result. All righty, 86, 96. It's jumping around a little bit. So it's got itself a reading. I need to stay still. By the way, sorry about all this stuff. I talked about it in another video. I'm out in the yard weed whacking every now and then, and it's kind of gravel in an area, and it throws it all up and hits me. So you'll see different patterns over the months as my yard needs mowing. And yeah, sorry, I don't have a model's arm here for you. Hey, the hairs aren't too long at least. There, I'm back in ambient mode as the hair creeps over, and twist it, nothing happens when you're in ambient mode, but if you put it in the twist to see the time mode by itself, when it's off, it'll automatically go into the full time. We'll show you some other watch faces in a second. So you saw blood oxygen, heart rate, blood pressure, same kind of thing. Take them with a grain of salt. If you get into some of these activities like running, he says, come on, and you start it, you notice it's not going to give you a lot of detail. Basically, your calories burned and versus time is what's going on here. I can pause it. I can stop it. So not a watch really for fitness. Like I said, it's just a fun Apple-looking watch. It's even got that simulated side button that's not a real button, and the twirly knob that doesn't really twirl. Okay, it's just all for show. The case is nice. It really looks like an Apple Watch. But the immunity and the temperature and the fact it can do heart rate and blood pressure and blood oxygen too, it's really more of a health watch than anything. So let me show you some of these other fun watch faces, since it has this special, what you call ambient mode capability to it. Here's one, gives you a bright blue dot. Wow, can you see it? It's saying 11:37. It's really challenging to see. There you go. But it's there. And bring it back up. Show you one more at least. That's Wow, it's my fingers are really wet right now, so it's having a hard time getting in. This is kind of fun. Shows you the day of the week and a little bit about your fitness stuff, and it's a really bright white circle with black numbers in it until it goes off, and now you have digital time in white against the black. This is kind of the one I use when I'm wearing it around the house in the evening because it's easy to see. That one and that first one, the analog one, were really fun. ECG ports are on the back. You can see that. It's really well designed. Charging ports, the diodes in here. Like I said, Apple design with the knob. Even got a red circle painted in it. So let's take a look at the app. Again, it's Wear Fit 2.0. We've done lots of reviews of this one. I'm not going to go into a big bunch of detail other than to show you the addition of the two new cards at the bottom, body temperature and immunity value. When you go in here, it's showing you your last reading. You've got charts. You've got your high, low, and average. It tells you the reference zones typically for temperature. You got it by day. You've got it by week. You've got all kinds of stuff with this real-time temperature reading. And do you notice it's in Fahrenheit on the app? You do have the ability to switch it from centigrade to Fahrenheit, which, of course, in the USA, that's what we use. Now, this immunity value. Again, this is I don't understand it, and I'm actually pretty low in this last reading. It says I can do a one-click measurement. 95 to 74, 49% is the lowest I had, so I'm going to do another reading. Maybe because I'm talking and, yeah. Am I doing it right? Do I flip it down in there again? I don't know. Don't understand the band, don't understand immunity reading on it, but what the heck. Click. Click, and as long as I am connected to the device, which I am, Bluetooth tethered, it's going to do a reading of my immune reference value, which I'll be back and show you. There, did you see it jump here too? It's up at 72% now, and it's plotted that on the chart for all of my stuff for today. And here's yesterday, which I was running it the whole time. So pretty darn good that it will give you a overview of your immunity. And I don't know how to use it or what to do with it, but there you go. There's some information you didn't know you needed to know. Now you know. You need to know it. Body temperature, again, is here, and there is a one-click measurement that you can do on this one as well. And again, it's showing, wow, 102 degrees Fahrenheit is my body temperature, and it's been climbing like that. Well, it is hot in here. Everything is closed up. I'm not making excuses. Maybe I need to drink some water and rest. What do you think? Let's see what my next measurement comes out to be. You notice it's doing it in the background. It hasn't even turned the watch on. It's in that ambient display mode. And it's still measuring. All right, it's taking too long. I'll be right back with the end result. I'm feeling better already. There you go, 97.5. It's dropped down. 98.6 is usually what they talk about as being high. Slightly high is 98.6 to 100.4. You've heard that on the news. If you're over 100.4, you aren't getting on an airplane because that's going to be in that zone, 100 to 102.2. That's the next one. And above 102.2 is considered severely high. So good for reference. I don't know. I've been messing around with it, doing all kinds of stuff. Sometimes you might get an anomalous reading. If it stays high, I'd say there could be an issue, but this time it came down. Okay, I think that's about it for the app. You have the Me section where you can put in all of your information, your personal stuff, your device management here, where you can set it up to take remote pictures, your connection management, to disconnect the band, that kind of stuff. Twist your wrist to see the time, hourly measurement of your various stats, and of course, check for a firmware upgrade. Several of these things, when they first come out, need a firmware upgrade to make them work properly for you. Okay, what is it one more time? It's an Apple Watch. Look-alike. It does things differently. It's actually called the W58 Pro, and it's on flash sale right now, or if it's off flash sale, check in the show notes. Use our link, and I'll have a coupon for you to try to get the price down. You've been watching us here at Smartwatch Ticks. Appreciate your likes, and of course your subscription helps us out too. A lot of you guys are discovering this channel, so thanks for sharing it with your friends over social media, and we'll see you again soon. Okay guys, I had to try. I reversed the band. I put the top on the bottom and the bottom on the top, and now I got my little tongue hanging out here instead of there. But check this out. I could actually rotate it around, shove it in there, and now it works. New ambient display phase 2 to show you. Cool. Think we got it.